Hi, my name is Simone, and the two pieces of feedback I would like on my speech is whether or not it flows well and whether or not the tone of my voice is relaxed or comfortable. I am someone who believes that everyone is dealt a different hand of cards in life, and what we make of our circumstances is entirely up to us. I am someone who also appreciates the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I think there's something to learn in everything. With that said, I will be sharing my experiences with you as an African American student who has attended predominantly white institutions my entire life, as well as what it was like to finally appreciate the love and support that I received from my family, on top of what it was like to overcome a recurrent injury, and not only what I learned from the experience, but how it has shaped me to become who I am today. One card I've been dealt in which I have continuously struggled to grapple with and has seriously impacted the course of my life is the color of my skin and the texture of my hair. From kindergarten to now, I've attended predominantly white institutions my entire life. I initially struggled in elementary school and middle school to understand my differences. I really did not like the fact that I looked different from a lot of my peers, and it almost made me a social recluse in a sense because I felt like my physical differences made me incapable of properly fitting in with a group. And it wasn't until I got to high school that I realized that my skin color does not define who I am, and it's more so my internal characteristics and personal traits that make me who I am. And I finally appreciated not only my differences, but also other people's differences, and that being unique is a good quality, whether or not you get to choose if you're unique or not, especially in a internal or external sense. Not all cards are meant to complicate your life though. In fact, there's one in particular that has made my life significantly easier, which is my family. My family is my main support system, especially when it comes to my parents, who have helped me navigate my young adulthood by sharing their knowledge and experiences with me. They understand what it's like to be a teenager, especially on a social, academic, and athletic aspect. And their experiences have truly helped me to understand that hardships are okay as a teenager and that you will overcome them at some point. And that they also, I also really appreciate that they give me grace and that they understand that I'm going to have good and bad days and that they will be here for me, but they will also give me space. Another aspect of my family support system that I truly appreciate is my siblings. My siblings inadvertently support me by navigating life alongside me, especially in elementary school, middle school is very reassuring knowing that although there were very few African American students at our school, at the end of the day, I had my siblings to go to because their experiences would be just like mine and that we could share our stories with one another in confidence. Another aspect that I really appreciate about my siblings is that they celebrate the small things with me. We're all on the same level academically and athletically, and it's nice knowing that even the small things that I struggle to overcome with are going to be recognized by my siblings and that we are all going to support each other no matter what. Sometimes cards are unexpectedly thrown at you, and in my case, one that I had to experience was an unexpected injury. I dislocated my knee 3 times, and that caused me to undergo hundreds of hours of physical therapy. And throughout these hours and sessions, I struggled to remain optimistic. It felt like I was stuck in a never-ending cycle of pain and misery, and that it was me against the universe, and that I was supposed to take these injuries as a sign to give up because my body was not built to withstand my desire to pursue this athletic career. But it wasn't until I got surgery that I was able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I had an epiphany that if I wanted to achieve something, that I had to work for it, and in that instance it was recovery. But I also feel like this epiphany reflected into my high school career because I finally realized that I wanted to pursue being a lawyer once I graduated high school and undergraduate school. And even though that specific career has very negative connotations, I know that my experience with my injury has prepared me to withstand very rigorous work, and that if I set my mind to something, I can easily achieve it. Another aspect to my injury that I greatly appreciate is the community of love and support I had, and realizing that any journey I was on, no matter how big or small, I was never going to be alone. In conclusion, everyone is dealt a different hand of cards in life, and in order to properly navigate them, you first have to learn from and appreciate them. Sometimes it feels like the universe is against you and that your circumstances are so unfortunate that you must succumb to them. Injuring myself over and over and over again felt like a sign from the universe that I was not good enough. Despite this notion, I overcame my injury time and time again. Sometimes we compare our cards to others and either lose the joy of what we've been given or become frustrated at what we have not. Realizing that I was physically different from the majority of people at my school made me feel like an outcast, and I would often lay in bed at night wondering what I did to deserve this. Other times, we don't realize how lucky we are to have certain cards, and it takes us a while to truly appreciate them. It took me years to realize how lucky I was to be given a group of people that I get to call my family, who would fight tooth and nail for me. At the end of the day, the course of your life is not determined by what you've been given, but what you make of it. Thank you.